If you're in college or don't have a lot of money to spend or just don't want to spend too much money on groceries but you're still trying to build muscle, lose fat, maybe just eat healthier, you probably think you have to spend a ton of money on food. And the truth is, you actually don't. The thing is, protein is probably the most expensive macronutrient. Foods that are high in protein and a lot of the leaner cuts that are high in protein can oftentimes be very expensive and it can be very rough to afford. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the cheapest high protein foods you can buy that will help you hit your protein goals without destroying your budget or your macronutrients. Maybe choices that aren't super high in fat or carbohydrates. So first off, you all knew it was coming, chicken breast. At my nearby store, chicken breast is $2.19 a pound. Some other stores, it's $2.49 a pound. The whole idea though is that you could get a giant pack of chicken breast for only $10 and it has hundreds of grams of protein in those packs. If I were you, I would try to buy it in bulk because initially you do have to spend more money up front, but over time that can really add up to saving because things in bulk typically are less expensive per ounce. And with chicken breast, you can't really go wrong. There's not a ton of micronutrients, but it's lean, it's packed with protein, it's incredibly versatile. You can grill it, bake it, air fry it, or throw it into wraps, salads, rice bowls. Really, there's a ton of possibilities with that. Not to mention, a serving probably has about 24 to 30 grams of protein, and if you buy family packs like I was saying before, it's usually one of the cheapest proteins per serving. Now, all of you have heard chicken breast before. Everyone says, oh, get chicken breast. Well, if you're tired of that, ground chicken is another great option. At my local store, you can get it for I think about $3.39 a pound or so. And so you can buy ground chicken, and it has a little bit more fat in it, but it's still quite lean and it is very versatile. You can use it for tacos, burgers, pasta, meal prep. You can do a lot with it, and it cooks very quickly and it gives you a lot of protein without a lot of fat. Now this one is overrated and kind of hated, and I feel like the hate is a little unjustified, but it's canned chicken. I think this is one of the most overrated food items on the list. It doesn't get enough credit to me because people think canned food is just gross and unhealthy, but canned chicken is very convenient, it's shelf stable, it lasts several years, and it's loaded with protein. Some people, including myself sometimes, have used it as a protein bar of sorts, where you can carry around a can with you instead of a protein bar, and not only is it cheaper, has more protein, macros are usually better, but it's just insanely portable. It's very easy and it's already cooked. Every canned item you pretty much buy is going to be pre-cooked, so you don't even have to cook it. Some people, they'll mix it with light mayo, buffalo sauce, maybe some sort of low-fat ranch or Greek yogurt for a very easy kind of small meal. Now, canned tuna. Everyone buys this one too because it has 20 to 25 grams of protein per can and it has 90 calories, so it has almost nothing. Just like the canned chicken, it's very cheap and portable. I like keeping a few cans sometimes because they're perfect for days I don't feel like cooking, or if I'm just on the go and I just need a high protein thing with me, especially if I plan on having a workout at some point in the day. Now, number 5, this one can get a little pricier sometimes, especially if you don't buy the off-brand versions or whatever, the store brand versions, and that's egg whites. But the nice thing about egg whites is that they're almost pure protein, so whenever you buy them, you're pretty much just buying straight protein. And they're low in calories. They can be added to scrambled eggs, breakfast burritos, or even mixed in with whole eggs to boost the protein without adding much fat. Egg whites are still a very good choice, and they are not that expensive, honestly. And if you're struggling, I would look at some of the other options first, but egg whites are still a very good budget option. Now, whole eggs, you're going to come with a bit more fat in them, but they are one of the best budget foods you could probably buy. They're very affordable, they're filling, loaded with vitamins in addition to protein. A lot of people call eggs nature's multivitamin because of how healthy they can get. So don't be afraid of eating eggs as part of a balanced diet. Obviously, if you overeat on them, you're going to be getting a lot of fat in your diet, but there's nothing wrong with getting some eggs here and there. They're very cheap by the dozen at the time of recording this. Let's see, number 7, I believe, is non-fat Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is just a snack that everyone likes, especially if you get the store brands. It's very high in protein, low in fat, especially if you get the non-fat versions, then it has no fat. And it doesn't have too many carbohydrates usually, and some brands actually have less than others. There's a lot you can do with it too. You can add fruit, granola, cinnamon, or honey to make it taste even better, or a lot of people buy another budget option, protein powder, and they mix it with Greek yogurt, and it really just boosts the protein crazy while keeping the calories pretty low. Number 8 is cottage cheese. If you've never tried cottage cheese, give it a chance. Non-fat cottage cheese has some very good macros, has a lot of protein for not that many calories. I think it's 12 grams or 13 grams of protein per 80 or 90 calories for non-fat. And it's very good to have around because it's very cheap and you can just grab it and it's like a ready to eat kind of thing. Some people use it with fruits, or some people use it on toast, or some people just eat it as it is. It's very filling too, and just like Greek yogurt, it has some very slow digesting parts of it that make it digest slower and keep you fuller for longer. Number 9 is non-fat milk. I think there's 8 or 9 grams of protein per 90 calories or so. It's got a little bit more carbohydrates in it, but non-fat milk is still a great choice if you're trying to save money. It's only probably $2 and something where I live for a whole gallon, which has 110 or so grams of protein or something like that. Very simple, very affordable. You could do a lot with it. You could drink it with breakfast. You could add it to your protein shakes. You could use it with oatmeal. You could do a lot. Number 10 is a little bit more difficult because it has some other tag-along fats and carbs to it. But if you're really trying to save money, then lentils will be hard to beat. They're packed with protein and fiber, they're incredibly cheap, and they'll keep you full for hours. A lot of people use them for soups and bowls and meal prep. Personally, I don't really get lentils that much, but if you are really on a tight budget, lentils might be a good option for you. And with that, beans as well. Beans also have a lot of fiber. They have a good bit of carbohydrates though, and a good bit of protein in them. And they can stretch your meals without costing too much. Maybe if you pair them with a meat source, you can stretch out the flavor more. Now, one tip that I want to give you guys is that also find foods to pair with these things. So if you're getting cottage cheese, maybe get frozen fruit, not fresh, frozen fruit, because it is a lot cheaper and it's actually fresher than you would think. Oats as well is a good one because oats, you can pair it with a lot of things. You can pair it with non-fat milk. You can pair it with protein powder. You can pair it with Greek yogurt even. One tip I do have for you though, especially if you buy chicken breast, is make sure you have a bunch of seasonings on hand, different seasonings. You only have to buy a seasoning once every here and there, and it usually lasts you a while as long as you don't absolutely lather it in seasoning. And what's really nice about that is that you can pretty much have chicken breast a lot of different times, but it can taste pretty different every time if you add different seasonings. Maybe you do garlic one time, and then you do maybe onion another time. You could do really a lot of different seasonings and make chicken breast, while it is the same base food, you can build on top of it with a lot of different seasonings and make it taste like something new every single time, especially if you're someone who needs more variety and more change in your diet over time. One thing I would also say is that if you really want to save money, don't just buy foods one meal at a time. Try to meal prep. Cook several meals at once to save time if you need it, especially if you want to spend that time working or doing something productive. It also helps you avoid fast food and usually costs much less than eating out somewhere, especially if you buy everything in bulk and then you meal prep all of it. And buying larger packs of meat when they're on sale can also save you quite a bit over time as well. The last tip I want to give you is to check your clearance sections. Absolutely check your clearance sections. So this I got for $7 right here, and there was actually 2 more in the store for $7 that I bought as well. So I spent $21 on 3 canisters of protein powder. It has 18 servings with 25 grams of protein for only 130 calories. So my point being, check your clearance section. Sometimes you can find some really crazy deals like this one. These usually go for about 28 to 30 bucks in my area, and I was able to get 3 of them for $21 because they were $7 each. They don't even expire for a couple of years, so I guess they just weren't selling well. But anyways, that's pretty much all. Hopefully this helps you guys out, and I hope you guys can find some options for you that really help you. Thank you guys for watching.